What came after that?
Too much loving drives a man insane.
Yeah. And then what?
You broke my will, but what a thrill.
Jerry Lee Lewis is an American singer and pianist. Jerry is considered one of the most influential pianists of the 20th century. He is known for his hits, Whole Lotta Shakin' Going On, Great Balls of Fire, and Would You Take Another Chance on Me? In 2004, Rolling Stone magazine ranked him 24th in its 100 Greatest Hits of All Time list. During his career, Jerry has won 2 Grammy Hall of Fame awards and 4 Grammy Awards, including a Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award. He is the last surviving member of Sun Records' $1 Million Quartet. He has had 30 songs reach the top 10 on the Billboard Country and Western chart.
All that. Did you realize that there were people who actually thought that rock and roll was a communist plot to undermine the morals of America?
I never thought that much about it. They
Yeah.
cared less.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Net Worth Now, where you get to see the lifestyle and net worth of your favorite celebrities. We hope you enjoy these videos, and if you do, please remember to hit the like button and comment below who your favorite celebrity is so we can feature them in an upcoming video.
His full name is Jerry Lee Lewis, but is also known as the Killer and the Faraday Fireball. He was born on September 28, 1935, in Faraday, Louisiana, United States, making him 86 years old at the time of this production. He stands at 1.803 meters or 5 feet 10 inches tall. He was awarded a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame for recording at 6631 Hollywood Boulevard in Hollywood, California, and inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1986. Tragedy struck Lewis's life early and often. When he was just 3, his older brother Elmo was struck and killed by a drunk driver. Elmo was just beginning to show musical promise when it happened. Elmo's tragic passing was just the first of many car wrecks in Lewis's life. Once while visiting his parents back home in Faraday, Lewis was ripping around the local streets at 80 miles an hour when disaster struck. A horse suddenly appeared in the road in front of him. Unable to get out of the way, Lewis simply ducked down in his seat and prepared for the worst. He hit the beast dead on, totaling the car and killing the horse. Barely into his teens, Lewis would sneak into a bar called Big House in Faraday, a juke joint popular with black field workers. Blues musicians regularly played there, and Lewis watched mesmerized. "I've gone to the dogs," Lewis jokes, referring to his pack of dogs. He has several Chihuahuas and Chow dogs. His favorite is Topaz, with whom he is often pictured. His other dogs are Topaz Jr., Babette, Prince, and Zelda. They often howl along when Lewis sings. "The loss of my mother and 2 sons got me," he says. "I was drinking heavily. I needed a 1/5 of tequila just to sober up. It was the start of a 15-year binge that nearly claimed his life. It all ended with a ruptured stomach in 1981. Jerry Lee Lewis has been married 7 times. These women include Dorothy Barton, Jane Mitchum, Mira Lewis, Jaron Elizabeth Gunn Pat, Sean Stevens, and Carrie McCarverware. He is currently married to Judith Brown. He fathered 6 children. His marriage in 1957 to Mira Lewis, a 13-year-old, below the age of consent second cousin, ruined his career, which was at its prime. He married Mira even before divorcing his second wife. At the age of 76, the singer-songwriter married Judith Brown, who was his caregiver, in 2012. They spent much of their time at his ranch in Nesbitt, Mississippi.
Well, if my music, the way I sing it and play the piano and do it, if it's a part of a communist plot.
He was born to Elmo and Mamie Lewis. He began playing the piano when he was 9. His parents backed their son's passion, even mortgaging their farm to buy him a piano. His father was a farmer, and the family lived in poverty. He started playing the piano at a young age with his two older cousins, and seeing his love for music, his parents mortgaged their farm to purchase him a new piano. His first public performance was in November of 1949. His family was deeply religious, and his mother sent him to the Southwest Bible Institute in Waxahachie, Texas, so that he could sing gospel songs exclusively. After playing a boogie-woogie version of the song "My God Is Real," he was asked to leave the school. He returned home and began playing at local bars and nightclubs. In 1955, Lewis traveled to Nashville, where he failed to get a record deal. So he left for Memphis the next year to seek a deal with the label Sun Records. Lewis performed a rendition of Ray Price's Crazy Arms and his own composition, End of the Road, and was recorded by sound engineer Jack Clement. He began recording with the label the next month. In addition to working as a solo artist, he was also featured on a number of other musicians that had signed with Sun Records. He was featured on Carl Perkins' songs Matchbox, Your True Love, and Put Your Cat Clothes On. And he was in Billy Lee Riley's song Flying Saucers Rock and Roll. Not even a month after being signed, Lewis was at the studio while Johnny Cash was visiting Carl Perkins. And then Elvis Presley dropped in. The three had an impromptu jam session, which was recorded and later released on an album titled $1 Million Quartet. Lewis's career as a solo musician began to really take off in 1957. He released his music as a solo artist under the name Jerry Lee Lewis and his Pumpin' Piano, and he soon recorded hits including Whole Lotta Shakin' Goin' On and Great Balls of Fire. In 1968, he released two hit singles, namely Another Place, Another Time, and Make Love Sweeter for You, which endeared him to country music fans. Between 1968 and 1971, many singles including What's Made Milwaukee Famous, She Even Woke Me Up to Say Goodbye, and There Must Be More to Love Than This. In 2008, he appeared with John Fogerty and Little Richard at the 50th Grammy Awards, performing a medley of Great Balls of Fire and Good Golly Miss Molly. Mean Old Man, his 2010 album, featured duets with famous artists like Mick Jagger, Eric Clapton, Ringo Starr, Keith Richard, Willie Nelson, and Sheryl Crow. In March 2020, it was announced that Lewis, together with producer T-Bone Burnett, was recording a new album of gospel covers.
2 beer joint,
Yeah?
every nightclub in the world, every hall that has ever been built and torn down.
Jerry earns money through writing songs, singing, and as a pianist. He also makes money through brand endorsement deals to Elmo and Mamie Lewis. He began playing the piano when he was 9. His parents backed their son's passion, even mortgaging the farm to buy him a piano. He has a total net worth of $10 million. The singer owns a ranch in Mississippi. Jerry Lee Lewis likely has the following vehicles in his garage: a 1941 Ford, a Range Rover, a Rolls-Royce Corniche, a Lincoln Continental, a Mercedes-Benz, an Aston Martin DBS, a Bugatti Veyron, and a Cadillac Eldorado.